In the soot-stained, forgotten mining settlement of Dharamkani, the air always smelled of sulfur and desperation. For the wealthy executives in the capital, it was just a dot on a geological map, a patch of dirt ripe for excavation. But for the miners who choked on its dust, it was the only home they knew. Here, disputes weren't settled in courts. They were settled in the iron pit, a sprawling, subterranean fighting ring carved out of an abandoned coal shaft. And in the pit, there was only one undisputed king. His name was Karna. Karna wasn't just a street fighter. He was a terrifying hybrid. He had taken the fluid, evasive footwork of traditional martial arts and combined it with the raw, bone-crushing brutality of underground bare-knuckle boxing. When Karna fought, the miners didn't just cheer, they worshipped. To them, he wasn't merely a champion, he was the iron spine of their broken town. But outside the ring, Karna was a man of few words, carrying the weight of Dharamkani on his calloused shoulders. The only person who could break through his heavy silence was Nandini. Nandini was the town's lead mechanic, a woman who spent her days up to her elbows in engine grease, fixing the massive haulers that kept the town afloat. She was a firecracker in a town of coal. When a visiting contractor once told her to lower her voice and act like a proper lady, she didn't flinch. A proper lady? Nandini had laughed, wiping a grease-stained wrench on her overalls. Should I bake you a cake while you steal our wages? I speak the way the truth sounds, loud and ugly. She was Karna's anchor. While he protected the town with his fists, she kept it running with her hands. The fragile ecosystem of Dharamkani was shattered when the Apex Syndicate, a ruthless corporate conglomerate, rolled in with a fleet of black SUVs. They had bought the land rights and intended to bulldoze the settlement to strip mine the earth beneath it. The man leading the charge was Rudra, a slick executive with tailored suits and a sneer that screamed old money. You people are clinging to a graveyard, Rudra mocked during a town hall standoff, wiping the ambient soot from his lapel. We are bringing progress. We are giving you a favor by buying you out. Karna stepped out from the crowd, his eyes locked onto Rudra. Because we breathe dust, and you breathe air conditioning, you think you're God? Karna's voice was dangerously low. You know how to sign papers. We know how to survive. Amused by the resistance, Rudra offered a twisted wager. He was a betting man who sponsored underground cage fights for the elite. He challenged Karna to a bout in the Iron Pit against the Syndicate's top enforcer, a massive, genetically enhanced heavyweight imported from the international combat leagues. The terms were simple. If Karna loses, Dharamkani is evacuated and bulldozed the next morning. If Karna wins, the Syndicate leaves the settlement untouched. On the night of the fight, the Iron Pit was illuminated by the flickering orange glow of oil drums. The air was thick with tension. As Karna wrapped his knuckles in coarse hemp rope, Nandini stepped into his corner. They think this is a sport, Karna muttered, listening to the Syndicate executives laughing in their VIP balcony above the pit. To them, it's entertainment. Nandini grabbed his wrists, her grip surprisingly strong. For them, winning is about pride, she said, her eyes burning into his. For us, winning isn't the goal. Breathing tomorrow is. Don't fight to win, Karna. Fight to survive. Karna nodded, the fire igniting in his chest. He stepped into the dirt ring. The syndicate's enforcer was a giant, moving with the trained precision of a corporate killing machine. When the bell rang, the giant charged, expecting to steamroll the local hero. But Karna didn't just absorb the hit. He ducked, pivoted with the agility of a shadow, and delivered a devastating bare-knuckle hook that cracked like a gunshot through the cavern. He was blending the wild unpredictability of the streets with the deadly accuracy of a sniper. Karna didn't fight for a trophy. He fought for the dirt beneath his feet, for Nandini's fearless laughter, and for the soul of Dharamkani. The corporate giant didn't stand a chance against a man who had nothing left to lose.